Hey fam, welcome back. Hopefully you're doing good and having a great day. If you're not, please let me know what I do to help you. Until then, I'm excited to share with you some funny stories from basic military training. I'm super excited to share them with you. I think they're funny, and I'm hoping you guys do as well. So I'm going to start this off with the least funniest and then end up with the funniest. But you guys let me know which one you thought was funniest. So there was this kid, and I have no idea what the thought process was. I have no idea what the thought process was with this guy. Um, but it was very clear that he really enjoyed attention. So when you're going through basic military training, of course, you're surrounded by either a bunch of women if you're a woman, or a bunch of men if you're a man. Right? You're going through a whole 2 months, and you're not really focused on getting laid or dating. You're just not focused on that. You want to go, right, do your hospital corners, put your uniform on, worry about marching, and just get through basic, right? Well, not this guy. Not this guy. He was solely fixated on women. And so we, for whatever reason, was talking about women, because this was after already having a 30-minute conversation talking about whatever, right? Just talking about life, because this was during the weekend, and I believe it was on Sunday. And the NTIs, they typically don't really mess with you on Sunday, right? So we we we're talking, and I don't know what this guy thought. I don't know what this guy thought he had or who he was, but he was talking about just slaying, bro. Just laying pipe everywhere. This guy was really pumping himself up, right? I mean, he was gassing himself up. You might as well thought he was a propane tank, because he was a. I mean, this guy was he was the real deal. He was the real deal, and so he was just telling us all these stories, and we could tell that he was just making the shit up. We could tell right away. We were able to spot his bullshit. And this was around the time when our flights would uh, kind of interact a little bit with the sister flight. And in these times, we would be doing community service, like cleaning up the squadron, right? Either picking up we or uh, rooting up weeds, or picking up trash, or whatever. And so um, we thought it was a good idea to see how successful he was with his pickup lines, right? So one day, it was a group of us, right? A few from Sister Flight and a few from our flight, right? So we're out there, and this guy, he's like, "Oh, I'm ready, man. Let's go talk to these chicks, man." I'm like, "You go do it. Go ahead, man. Go ahead." And we had a couple friends there that were also in the conversation, and we were just sitting and watching this guy, because we knew what was going to happen. We just didn't know what he was going to say, right? And that's what intrigued us the most, to see what this guy was going to say. So he walks up to one of the chicks and he goes, "Hey, what's up, girl?" He started off great, right? Because he at least got her attention. And then, for whatever reason, this guy then says, "So did you do your taxes this year?" And as you might expect, she reacted as, "What?" And I guess the nervousness got to him because he goes, "Yeah, I thought so," and just walked off. I we are absolutely just dying. We're crying. We're laughing so hard, right? And he came back to us. He's like, "Didn't go so well." Really, really. That didn't go. That didn't go as well as you had planned out in your head, right? That didn't go well. That didn't go super well. Really, you were expecting that to go well. Walking up to a chick, and then the only the only pickup line that you could think of is, "Hey girl, let's head up to H&R Block." Really? So we were definitely dogging on him the rest of the time at Basic, and he had then known himself as the guy who had never got any bitches. Obviously, because he proved to not just himself but to all of us that he has no experience with women at all. This next story is, of course, the same guy because he had to redeem himself, right? Well, as you might have expected, that's not what happened at all, and this is why we continue to dog on him throughout the entirety of Basic. So, I believe it was definitely when there was some downtime. I can't remember if it was a Sunday or not, but definitely when there was some downtime, the flight and I were talking about family, and we're talking about siblings, we're talking about parents, and I so happen to be talking about my youngest sibling, and she is 3 months premature. She was C-sectioned, and there was a 50-50 shot of her surviving, but she was a warrior and she fought for survival and she lived. Probably the toughest little girl I've ever seen in my entire life. And so when I had some low points in Basic, I would think about her and how hard she fought. And I was like, maybe I could do another day. But look, basic military training today, not that difficult. Not that difficult. Um, so what happened? So I'm talking about her, I'm telling her story. Or excuse me, I'm talking about her and I'm telling the flight her story. And this guy, I don't know what he thought. I, don't- I, I, I don't know how he graduated biology, but clearly he doesn't know anything about biology either. And so he interjected and said, "Oh yeah, your sister's 3 months preemie." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, well, that's cool, man. I'm 9 months premature." What? And everyone said that at the same time. What? I looked at it. I was like, "Were you fucking aborted?" What? Like, how can you be 9 months premature? We were asking him how that was the case, and of course he really couldn't come up with a logical answer. I was like, "Look, you know that you know that um that is physically impossible for you to be 9 months premature. You know that, right? It's not like it's not like women carry babies for fucking 18 months. The fuck are you talking about, bro?" And of course, he looked like an absolute dumbass. He looked like an absolute dumbass. And oh, dude, oh man, that was funny. It was that one was a good laugh. We were just dogging on him for that one. So, so that was that guy. We had put our uniforms on. ready for inspection. We were getting ready for the graduation ceremony, where we put our blues on. We would march. And so I remember all of us are in formation, and we're having the MTI come around, start inspecting us. He comes around to me. And so the way that we had so the way that the uniforms are, right, is that you have your blue collared shirt, and then right under that you have your white undershirt, but it's a deep V-neck, right? And you really stick out a lot if you have quite a bit of chest hair, in which I do. And so it was very noticeable. And I imagine this was him trying to break me to see how good my bearing is, to test it. And so he comes around to me. The first thing he looks at, of course, is my chest hair. He looks at me, says, "Trainee, Sir, Trainee Burns reports is ordered. Sir, Trainee Burns reports is ordered." He says, "Why you got all that meat hanging out?" "Sir, it's my chest hair." He goes, "Yeah, I know." That's not what almost broke me. This is what almost broke me. He said, "You need to shave all that, man. You look like a 1980s baseball coach." Oh shit. Of course he laughed a little bit because he thought it was funny. But it's okay for him to laugh. It's not okay for me to laugh, right? And so I literally had to bite my lip to keep myself from breaking bearing. But I maintained it. I fucking maintained it. I didn't fucking lose it. I didn't lose it. so that one was funny. He was a funny guy. He was a funny guy. He was a really funny guy. Now on to my favorite story. I'll never forget this one. This one is hilarious. So there was a point in time when our flight really messed up. And look, going through basic, you're going to mess up, right? Marching, you're going to be off cadence. You're going to turn the wrong way accidentally. You're going to make mistakes, right? So there was this guy, White was his name. White, Trainee White. This guy was a fucking character. He was so funny. He was just a cornbread motherfucker from the South, but he was a wholesome guy. Wholesome guy, really good guy. And so I feel so bad for him. But god damn it, the story's so funny. So the flight messed up, right? We were supposed to take down some linen from a bed that wasn't being used because the first day a trainee had dropped out due to mental health, right? And this is why I say, look, if you cannot handle stress like that, then don't bite off more than you can chew, right? Do not put yourself in situations where you know that you cannot handle it. Okay. So we were supposed to take the linen down and properly discard it, right? So a whole week goes by because we couldn't figure out exactly how to do that. And so my dorm chief, this was he asked, we had 2 MTIs, and that's pretty typical for basic military training. We had 1 female and 1 male, and this was the female. And listen, if you've been through military, or if you've been through basic military training, you know that the female's always got something to prove. You really don't want to mess with them female MTIs or female drill instructors. They will fuck your shit up. I'm telling you, they will fuck your shit up, dude. You don't want to mess with them. You do not want to get on their bad side. Anyways, and listen, the smallest ones you really got to watch out for. The smallest ones you got to watch out for. Man, I'm telling you. I am telling it's like talking directly into a fucking amp. Okay? That shit's coming right back at you, man. And it's coming back at you tenfold. So watch out for those of you who are going in basic military training. Um. Anyways, we're there with our female MTI in the day room. I believe it was sergeant's time. And well, one of us decided to really fuck that peaceful time up. And by one of us, I mean our dorm chief, because our dorm chief had asked the MTI, "Hey, what would you like us to do with Lennon?" She said, "Well, I told you to take care of it." And all of us, right after she said, "Okay," we go, "Oh shit." So I believe all of us were in our ABUs at that point in time. Yeah, we were. And so she starts screaming at us to get by our beds. And so we did. We started doing push-ups, flutter kicks. I believe we were doing some bicycle crunches, but we got smoked. If you could call it that. We got smoked. And as she was leaving, she said, "You better get the fuck in the showers. Put your PT gear on, and you better do it quickly." Fuck. This is about to suck. So, start getting ready. All right. Hop in the shower. As we are getting in the shower, I hear all available male MTIs come to dormitory 3 Alpha 1. Fuck. This really sucks. This really fucking sucks. So that is probably the fastest I've ever washed myself ever. So finished washing up. I'm heading outside. I shit you not. There's like 6 or 7 NTIs that show up all at once. And they are picking on the weakest link. Right? If you make eye contact with these MTIs, I'm telling you, do not make eye contact with them. Do not make eye contact with them. They will pick you out and they will be sure to confront you. They will hone in on you, man. They will shred you up. So it's just everything was kind of moving in slow motion, right? I'm putting my PTUs on, getting ready, lining up, and then trainee white. Trainee white. Oh, bless this man's heart. He's the last one to line up. And of course the MTIs were going to pick on him. Of course the MTIs were going to pick we're going to pick on him. And so as he's coming to line up, and I remember watching my peripherals because we were all standing at attention. If I remember correctly, we all were standing at attention, so he couldn't move. But I could just, do the old eye trick, and look at him. And so, he tries to get in line. One of the MTIs sees him. Says, "Trainee White." Sir, Trainee White reports as ordered. He goes, MTI goes, "Hey, do you see something fucking wrong here?" I'm paraphrasing because you can't cuss in basic military training anymore, apparently. He goes, "Sir, no, sir." He goes, "You really don't see a problem here at all." He goes, "No, sir. I'm just trying to get in line, sir. I'm just trying to fall in formation." You want to take a look at yourself? You want to double check that? He goes, "No, sir, what's the issue?" He goes, "You want to go outside looking like that?" He looks down. His shirt is backwards. Here's the funny part. He looks up at the MTI and he just goes, "Oh shit." The MTI had to duck his hat down and walk off because he just couldn't keep it together. He just couldn't keep it together. So he just said, "Fix it." He just said, "Fucking fix it." He fixed it. We all, we all, we all got in line, and we, you know, went down outside, got smoked for a little bit, came back, and that was the penance for our sin. So, that one was that one was. I'll never forget that day. I will never forget that day. That was the funniest story from in my opinion. That was the funniest story from Basic. Holy shit, that one was fucking hilarious. Um, I kind of broke it a little bit because I was just snickering. None of the MTIs caught it because I was getting eyed and shit like that. But yeah, that one was funny. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these stories. Um, they're super super funny stories. I think they are. So if you liked them, great. That's awesome. If you enjoyed watching the video, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Sorry for the flashbang, guys. Um, the it's cloudy out here, and so the sun's kind of going in and out. So, but I'd appreciate you guys joining the family. Uh, Look, we need a laugh, especially with everything that's been going on here very recently. So, hopefully, I was able to do that for you guys, and if that's the case, it's awesome. So, guys, please make sure you're taking care of yourselves, both mind and body. Okay, you only got one, so treat it well. Take care of each other. That's all we have That's all we have at the end of the day is each other. So, if you need me for anything, please reach out. I'm always here. I love you all. Wish you a lovely day. Bye, guys.